When I went to Stanford, I started taking computer science classes and got very passionate about programming. I actually was a history and English literature major, and I pursued a computer science minor.
What year?
I didn't graduate.
Why didn't you graduate?
I left to start my first company, and then I came back, and then I left to start my second company. And then 4 or 5 years later, I thought, well, I only have 1 year left, so I should probably go back and finish my degree. So I went back, and after 1 quarter, I started Axcient. So I never ended up finishing because companies kept getting in the way. I had a lemonade stand, which I was very proud of when I was about 8, 9 years old. And my mother would go buy, we'd go buy all the groceries together for making lemonade. And then I would spend the day selling lemonade, and then she would actually take back out the costs of all the groceries. So the lemons, the sugar, the this, the that, the cups, everything else, which I thought was very cruel. So going back to when I decided to leave Stanford to start the first company, I had a long discussion with my parents, not happy about it. So the rule was, if you leave college, you're on your own. No allowance, no credit cards, no nothing. So I said, okay. So I lived in the worst apartment on the train tracks on the border of Palo Alto and Mountain View, with single pane glass, no air conditioning. The inside of the apartment would get into the high 90s during the summer and stay there till 2, 3 in the morning. I would have fan systems all over the place. So I will tell you, my mother walked into the apartment after I'd been there for 1.5 years and burst into tears. It was that bad. Her baby was living in a terrible place. I was like, Mom, seriously? But then I moved into a second place under the power lines, which wasn't much better either, because I'm pretty sure my mother cried when she saw that one as well. One piece of advice I'm glad I didn't take was a piece of advice given by many, many people, which is, don't do Axcient. It's too big. It's too ambitious. You're going to fail. And we said, look, there's a better way to protect information. There's a better way to protect systems and applications. There's a better way to ensure total productivity and peace of mind for businesses, and we're going to solve it. We're not just going to build a new piece of enterprise software to take on Symantec. We're going to take on the software, the hardware, the infrastructure, the cloud, and we're going to provide an easy-to-use service. And the ambition of that for a lot of the venture capital firms we talked to was too big an ambition in an unsexy space. I was literally funding the company out of my savings. Right? Payroll was being funded out of savings. I was writing checks to the insurance companies to cover people's health care. I mean, we had nothing. So something that was especially memorable was when we actually got our first term sheet for our first round. And we actually literally closed the round 2 days before the crash of 2008. The second really big point was when we hit the 1,000 customer mark. There was something internally about 1,000 businesses. When 1,000 businesses are on our platform, we know it's real. We actually knew about a week before that we were going to hit it in the next week, so we went and got hats made for everybody that said 1,000 and counting on the back, and we planned kind of a party for the whole company to celebrate. And so every day I would check with the head of sales, did you get it yet? We hit it? And then it got every hour, are we there yet? And he would say, well, the deal is coming in. I'm pretty sure it's coming in this afternoon. And I remember I was in my office when the paperwork finally came across and we hit the 1,000 customer mark.
Did you do like a silent cheer or?
Maybe a little bit. Maybe even a non-silent
like
one.
A
little fist bump.